Wrap it up on Sports Bet, Betting Insight today. NFL team previews coming this week. Before that, let's look at Week 1 line movers here in the deep dive and play of the day coming up. Bills on their way to 7 against the Jets, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at 6.5 right now. You can already see where this market is going. Nobody is going to want the Jets come August. There's too much veteran talent lost, and the replacements, at least on paper, haven't impressed anybody. You wonder, Todd Bowles might look back one day and wish he was fired at the end of last year so he could be a defensive coordinator this season instead of being in line to be what looks like a very ugly season for the Jets already. Bills are taking money. If you like Buffalo, I bet them sooner in Week 1 rather than later.
This will be the sexy team this year, the Buccaneers. Moves they made in the offseason. They took money early at Miami down to 2. Bucs are hot, and Miami lined at only 7.5, even though they have Gase, who's a good coach, and they won 10 games and made the playoffs.
Sure, and much of Miami's issue this year is schedule related, but never forget, season win totals and Week 1 point spreads are absolutely correlated. And when you see Miami as a 7.5 win team and Tampa lined higher, you know that line's not going to hold at 3. It's already down to +2. The game's at Miami and dropping. If you like the Bucs, again, this is one you want to bet over this summer and not wait until August.
I agree with this move. Money on the Ravens in Cincinnati. They took Ross with the 9th overall pick. I don't like that. He could be good, but that's too high. I don't like Marvin Lewis or Dalton. And I like this Baltimore team. They were one play away from winning the division. If they tackle Antonio Brown at the 1-yard line, they would have beat the Steelers on the road. It's a nasty defense. Just have to fix the offense.
Yeah, but Cincinnati is a team that, for as much as everyone hates Marvin Lewis, think about where the Bengals were before Marvin Lewis got there, and think about in the regular season how competitive Cincy has been for the better part of the last decade. Now, last year, a huge drop-off for the Bengals. The markets are asking, was that a one-year reversal, or is this a franchise heading south, and the time to go against them is now? Certainly the early money says the latter, not the former. Baltimore already down to +1 from +2 at a lot of books. This line is headed towards pick'em.
This makes sense. Colts early money. 3.5 in Los Angeles against the Rams. McVay, the new coach. Goff was horrible last year. And remember, they were shut out Week 1 on Monday night.
Oh, yeah. Remember, they were steamed up to 5-point road favorites in that game at San Fran on Monday night, that 28-0 whitewash. And one thing you can count on, particularly for Week 1, is the teams, the bottom feeder teams that nobody likes, nobody's going to like them. And you're not going to see a lot of LA money here. They're not going to attract positive betting attention. And look, Sean McVay, new assistant across the board. It's going to take a while for this team. May take as long as any in the NFL to build the chemistry. Colts up to 3.5, and we know this number could easily go higher.
All right, here's another one, the 49ers. No one wants to bet. Look at this line. This went from 3.5 up to 5 in some spots. Carolina at San Francisco, and I love Carolina taking McCaffrey at number 8. He's been killing it so far in practice.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's a team that's going to be happier to get back on the field with everyone healthy than Cam Newton and the Panthers. Remember what a disappointment last season one. We would expect the Panthers to come with a chip on their shoulders. And San Fran, nobody's going to want San Fran. Nobody's betting the bad teams. This line, too, even if you missed a 3.5 or the 4, you can find a 4.5 right now. Who knows how high it'll go? It could be 7 by opening day.
And the Giants, no surprise here. Week 1 at Dallas, Sunday Night Football. Giants swept them last year. Early money on the dog.
Yeah, well, you remember that Week 1 game last year? That was
20-19 or something?
It was a competitive contest right to the final, exactly. And this has been a dog series. Even though the Cowboys were fairly good last year, better than they had been as home chalk, they long-term have been a disaster as home chalk under Garrett. No surprise that the G-men have attracted some early betting money. But is this a rush to the window and lock up your money at +5.5? No, I don't think it goes a whole lot lower than this. Maybe a 5. Not worth locking your money in May for a game that won't take place until September for a half point between 5 and 5.5. It's just not worth it.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.